How are you doing, guys? This is ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to share my first impressions of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, I want to mention that I have already played around, give or take, 12 hours of the game, and I know I'm not even close to the finish line, but yet I just still wanted to share my thoughts overall, and just to give you like what's going on behind the scenes in terms of this game for me. So I was playing the game, right? I'm playing through the game, and in my good conscience, I just can't seem to see this game getting a 10 out of 10. I really can't. But then I started really summarizing and thinking, why is that? Why is it giving me this kind of feeling? Even though I'm enjoying everything that I'm seeing, playing, experiencing through this game, and yet I just can't get this kind of feeling out of my mind. It's weird. Now, afterwards, I just started like, okay, I really shouldn't be doing this, but I started kind of looking through the reviews just to see like how much of the support and also the positivity, and yes, of course the negativity included, that this game received. I didn't want to do this initially because, I don't want to change my mind due to it, right, on a positive scale or perhaps even on a negative term, because, I want to be true to my own feelings regarding this game and regarding my first impressions. And this is the reason also why I decided to make first impressions for this game as well, since I feel like this game needs at least 3 damn reviews, seriously. So here we go. First is the impressions, second is going to be, well, maybe halfway point or like finishing up the game, or at least near there, and then afterwards a whole experience review sort of thing. This game is ginormous basically, so I have to summarize, and I want to share how my line of process is going through while I'm playing through this game. So it will be kind of interesting. But nevertheless, like I mentioned already, what's going on with me saying that, okay, something is off about this game that just doesn't give me a feeling of 10 out of 10 masterpiece that a lot of other people are giving it, right? And so, like I mentioned, I'm looking through and I just like, this is a stupid reason. There's not enough fan service, like for example, Aerith and Tifa kissing or some shit. And I'm just like thinking, okay, wait, this is a con? This is a negative? Really? Like, the stupid reasons why you would give something bad to a game and give it a 9 out of 10, and reasoning being because there's not enough Aerith and Tifa kissing moments or whatnot. What the fuck? Like, okay, whatever. But then I started looking at more reliable reviewers, and they mentioned, for example, like open world content isn't balanced, terrain actions are strict and stiff. I actually totally agree about that part, actually. The terrain actions are indeed totally strict and stiff, but you can kind of get the idea how it's supposed to be done. But anyway, some camera issues as well, they're a little bit finicky. I totally agree with this, by the way, like, I really do agree with this. There's some parts about the camera that just drives me insane. I know you can actually dabble a little bit in the settings, and I did dabble, and I made things easier for me as well. And, I was just thinking like, man, I really need to, for example, one of the moments where I'm facing a specific enemy, I want to look at that enemy while just automatically my camera will adjust to it, right? Now, I know there's a way of doing it, but then I still haven't figured out, and for some odd reason I'm still playing through the game, and even though I'm having some difficulties with it. Now, some things, for example, the negatives that I mentioned from the remake of Final Fantasy VII are actually present here as well, and I am talking about the combat system. Now, the combat system being in a JRPG or closer to it, closer to like RPG, first person, well, third person, my apologies, perspective gameplay. I do like that more, being a third person gameplay. But yet still looking up also, and I'm just like, oh man, I want to do my blocks more, like on command basically, right? Like as soon as I initialize, like when I click the block button, cancel all my moves, my actions, and just block, right? Like as an example, I want to be a little bit quicker in terms of the combat. Now, again, I do understand this is not fucking God of War, I get it, but I'm still, like, I got that urge from fantastic gameplay experience to going from that to this. It's a little bit jarring, that's the reasoning. And even though I played already for like 12 hours, and yet I still can't get my head around it. Maybe we'll give it taken out of 5 additional hours, then I just finally will be able to get adjusted to this sort of gameplay. I should actually have perhaps mentioned it as well. I'm taking my sweet time with this game. Like, I want to platinum it. Oh fuck. 100% practically I have to do this damn game. So this means, yes, I'll have a review of the platinum experiencing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as well. OMG, seriously, like 150 hours to 200 hours of game time will be necessary to get the platinum for this game. I think this is actually even bigger. It is a bigger scale than the first Final Fantasy VII Remake, and my god, like that took already a very long time to get the platinum for it, and I did nevertheless. But then this is just a very kind of a scary experience, if that makes sense. It's very intimidating, and especially I'm playing, by the way, guys, on the easy difficulty because like I mentioned, I want to go through everything, right? I'll go all at once because I still will be replaying this game again on the hard difficulties because it's necessary for the trophy to get the platinum, and so I'm just like, I'm intimidated, to be honest with you. There's some moments I still manage, well, I don't die during the combat, but I do tend to make dumbass mistakes that I at least feel like I'm still a beginner, if that makes sense. And also the reason, because I'm doing all the side quests and other collectibles and everything like that, I just am not always in the gameplay, right? Like always constantly in action. And also Blood Queen, right? The Blood Queen card game, no, well, it is a card game, but I actually like that game. I really like it. It's so intricate, so kind of like strategic. At first I was like, wait, how do you even play this game? But then I figured it out, and I was like, continuing playing. I loved it so much. I was like, no, I don't want to play this game. I want to play the Black Queen card game within this game. I started feeling like that as well, and then I started like getting into the combat simulations as well, and I'm just, oh man, this is so cool, I love it, like continue playing, and then when I was done, no, I don't want to come back to the open world element of this game. It's kind of weird line of process of thinking that I've got going on, and so I'm just like started like, oh man, what's going on with me? And you see, like I'm starting to notice a lot of things that just kind of really grips me, and I love that, but yet something about it just still doesn't give me the full kind of optimistic viewpoint that I should be giving this game a 10 out of 10, because so far this is not a 10 out of 10 experience for me. But again, my line of thought can change. This is why I mentioned I'm gonna have plenty of reviews for this game while I'm going through it, because this game is ginormous. I have to take my time with it because I want to get the platinum, and due to that, my thoughts, my line of thinking will change. Perhaps maybe at the end of the day I will finish the story and I'll abandon completely this game as well. It's very possible, because there were some frustrating moments. For example, this is a stupid moment, to be honest with you. The save point, right? I decided to, like, in one moment I was playing as Barret, and then it's like, oh shit, I need to assess all the other enemies, because, you know, even though I could just come back and do it later, I've just like, no, I'm doing it now because I want to be going from point A to point B. You know, I want to do everything all at once. It may be a little bit too much as well. It's not a good idea to do it like that. But I still told myself, no, I'm doing it this way. I need to assess all the enemies. So I need to put the materia specifically for Barret so he can assess them, right? So I decided to do it nevertheless. I clicked on the go to the last checkpoint. It fucking brought me back like about an hour into the game of this particular mission, and I was like, oh man, what the hell? It's so annoying. There's so many moments that happen, so it's kind of awkward moments. And it was my stupid mistake that I made, because there was actually writing that, you know, you will be sent back here, so pay attention, but I didn't read the lines, so that was my mistake, like I mentioned. So, you see, like, it's a weird kind of experience that I'm having with this game. I'm loving it, but yet also I can't really grasp why I can't give this game a 10 out of 10 yet. Even though first impressions are very good, but, like, for example, maybe Cloud is the issue there, because like, Cloud kind of is a little bit insufferable to me. Like, I don't really like him as a character. Like, even though I liked him in Remake, here in Rebirth, he's just a piece of shit. Well, again, maybe it makes sense since this is like a beginning, you know, he's gonna develop as a character. Again, bloody hell, like there's gonna be 3 games. It's just, I started asking myself a question, like, really? Is Square Enix really going to make a 3rd game the size of this or even bigger? It's just like a whole development cycle going through all these characters, they hating you, then loving you. Same thing happened with Remake, they hate you at first, then they start loving you. In here, Rebirth, they hate you, then start loving you. Well, again, hate is a little bit of a strong word. It's not necessarily that they hate you, okay? There's some kind of disturbances that's going on, some misunderstandings as well, some kind of weird things that's going on as well within the story and within these characters, right? And so, you see, just there's some things that has been done again and again. For example, also, the music is overly dramatic, but it makes sense. This is a Final Fantasy VII game, I totally get that. Remake had the same thing as well. I can't really say that's a bad thing. For example, side quests, the music playing way too darn loud. You want to hear the character speak, not listen to the music, so tone down the music then in that case, and the tone of the music as well, the vibe of it is not the right way to do it as well. See, again, this is Final Fantasy VII, so I can't really be giving him a flag for it, because it makes sense, it's true to its name. Ah, man, there's so much I can mention and talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and yet I am having a good time, but I just can't really give it a 10 out of 10, at least not yet. Alright guys, well, in my next review I will definitely share and let you know, like, has my line of thoughts or process has changed or whatnot. Maybe something else is happening with me. Did I abandon the game by then? Do I continue, keep on playing? How far am I at as well? It's interesting. It's quite interesting at least. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe. See you guys all and have a wonderful day.